Next coach, Coach Carey Harger. 2022 will be Coach Harger's 28th year of the Muskegon Oak career, 16 as an assistant and 12 as a head coach. Has won 17 conference championships. Another of our Hall of Fame coaches with over 200 victories. His consecutive conference wins, regular season wins, and 7 undefeated regular seasons are impressive. Has qualified for the state playoffs 26 years, winning 11 district championships and 6 regional championships, and played 6 times in the state semifinals. A Division V state runner-up in 2003, and is a 3-time Division V state champion. And in 2008, went undefeated 14-0. All-Area Coach of the Year M-Live in 2018, coached 2 Academic All-State Honorable Mention teams, and Assistant Coach of the Year, and a 2-time Regional Coach of the Year. Coach Harger's most humorous incident in coaching. There are far too many to pick just one. However, the men I have coached with over the years have made it easier to enjoy my job. We have shared many tearful laughs during scouting trips, coaching meetings, and annual things. Coach Harger's biggest thrill in coaching. My biggest thrill besides the state championships was being able to coach my son for 3 years and seeing my wife and daughter immediately after every game, win or lose. Coach Harger's comments on why I coach. I coach because I have a positive impact on my players who may not have many positives in their life. I coach because I want my players to experience emotions they might never experience if it were not for the settings that we have been able to visit. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of our Hall of Fame, Coach Carey Harger.
Good evening, everyone. I was telling my family before we even did this that I talk in front of class every day. I've addressed my team. I've done banquets. I'm nervous about. Again, good evening. Thank you to the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame induction ceremony organizers, committee members, and Jack Carlson for all your time and efforts making this a very special event. Congratulations to the other inductees for the class of 2022. I would like to first thank my family and friends for attending tonight. I would like to recognize my family, if you would please stand. My wife Stacy, my son Cole and his girlfriend Zoe, my daughter Olivia and her boyfriend Dayton, my dad Jim, my stepmother Teresa, and my mother-in-law Jane. It is, of course, with so much of their love and support that I have been able to put time and effort into my football family while missing out on times with them. A sign hanging in my man cave reads, "We interrupt this family for football season." That doesn't come down. That stays put. I have, of course, tried my hardest to spend time with them, carving out time for later than normal dinners or quick weekend get-togethers while not watching film or grading papers. It really has been awesome how it worked out. My wife Stacy has been an incredible coach's wife for the past 20 years. She has been extremely supportive and understanding. It was rough starting our family, but through a lot of discussions and hard work, we were able to make it through. At a young age, my son Cole and my daughter Olivia both had roles as the team's hydration specialists on game nights. Cole became a player in middle school as well as a member of the band and continued his success in both through high school. Olivia was a great member of the band's color guard and then couldn't wait to be part of the enthusiastic student section during the games, so she was off the side. Stacy was in the stands cheering us all on. Fortunately, my family was able to be with me on those busy game nights. They were all around. They were the first fans to greet me on the field, and they still are, win or lose. I love you more. I would like to thank Jack Sugars for my nomination and the committee for selecting me to be part of the Hall of Fame class of 2022. Coaching with a legend, Jack, was awesome. It was awesome because it came with all of his recognition. Everybody knew Jack, but none of the arrogance. You know Jack, that's not there. Jack is an extremely humble person all day, every day. By seeing him as my high school teacher and coach, as well as teaching and coaching with him, I learned so many classroom lessons, football lessons, and of course, life lessons. Some of the basics: honesty, integrity, and character. And doing the right thing when no one is looking. The statement that I keep in mind from my own learning is, it takes courage to live every day with integrity. Coaching with other Hall of Famers such as Joe Coletta and Mark Jelinek has been just as rewarding and educational, and I thank them as well for their conversations and wisdom. I also want to thank my coaches that are here tonight: Tim Parker, Nate Danachek, Roger Daly, David Huck, and Rick Schaefer, not a coach, but a great videographer who's also Jack's chauffeur tonight. Most of our current middle school and high school staff were once players for Coach Sugars or myself. That speaks volumes for the value that these guys have placed on Oak Ridge football as players, and the continued value they now want to pass along as coaches. We want our players to have the same or more success than we did when we played. And we want our players to develop as upstanding young men, community members, and one day husbands and fathers. During the transition of head coaches, from Jack to myself, the staff stayed virtually intact. That was a huge boost of confidence for me taking on that job following Jack. I had no intention of overhauling a program that had proven itself. My quote to the media was, "If it's not broke, don't fix it." We have put our own stamp on things in order to continue the long-standing strength and tradition of the program. We definitely do not want to let the program and the former players and coaches down. Over the many years, there are countless memories and stories of players, coaches, and support staff, such as our former team doctor, the late Tom Kay, through laughter and tears. Luckily, some of the funny stories from my early coaching experiences made it into print, as another mentor coach, Tom Van Heest, wove them into a storyline for his book series. Overall, I've been blessed and very fortunate in where my life has taken me. I've had incredible experiences with 3 state championships and 1 runner-up, as well as other playoff run experiences. Memories also include traveling to coaching clinics at Michigan, listening to Bo Schembechler, being served pancakes by Lloyd Carr, at Northwestern University, where we interrupted Gary Barnett running the stadium stairs, and to the American Football Coaches Association clinic in Orlando, where we heard many great coaches speak, and then were able to thank Lou Holtz in the hallway after he spoke. Upon a visit to the University of Colorado, we had their football staff and film room at our disposal. They offered anything you want to see, any cut-ups, anything, interrupt. I also had my picture taken with Bill McCartney. Those experiences would not have been possible had it not been for coaching. In closing, I would just like to say that I'm an Oak Ridge kid all the way up through my school years, and being an Eagle from the start, I take tremendous pride in what we have been able to do for Oak Ridge kids. Thank you again very much.